Hey everybody, welcome to the Jim Master Show Live Entertainment Lifestyle Talk Show Series. How's everybody doing tonight? It's good to see all your smiley faces joining us here from our wonderful broadcast center that we call Lovely Hall. That's right. You guys are the ones that designated this Lovely Hall back in the summer a year plus ago when I said the show has a lot of light, love, and levity. And you guys jumped on that and said, all right, you're Mr. Levity, and this is Levity Hall, and we're your Levity squad, and the guests are part of the Levity family. And I think that's really cool. You know, the world could certainly use a little more levity about now. How's everybody doing? Really busy day here. I was on the air all day with my professional work, and now we're coming to you live here on JMS Live. We've got an extraordinary guest. Yes, we're talking about Don Fullilove. You know him from Back to the Future, of course, but so much more. Did you know he's also very immersed in the voiceover world, doing lots of characters and animations and so much more. And he's been doing this for a long time, and he loves every second of it. He'd probably say, what do you mean Hollywood legend, Jim? But he really is. I mean, when you stick in a business that's so competitive and unpredictable, as long as he has, and he has his feet in it and immersed, you do get into that legendary status. And he's been a part of these iconic films, incredible television shows, and so much more. You've seen him on just about everything. So it's really an honor and a blessing to be able to get some time with him, because he's very busy. He's got his studio in his house. He's able to do all the voiceover work. But of course, you remember him as Goldie Wilson in Back to the Future, and then Mayor in Back to the Future 2. And of course, Michael J. Fox starred in that as well. And Don is our guest, live and direct from LA, from Los Angeles and Hollywood, California, joining us in just a second. It's an honor and a pleasure to have him here again. We've been excited about welcoming him to the show, and got a lot of chat coming your way and lots of great entertainment and probably a lot of memories for you too. So stick with us. We always have a good time on the Jim Master Show Live. Again, we patterned this after the old school talk shows, you know, like Cavett and Carson and some of the legends, bringing back the lost art of conversation, mixed in with entertainment, variety, viewer interaction, and so much more. So it's not just an interview show where we do question, answer, tell us about the book, the movie, and the CD, and then out. We really go freestyle and conversational here as a variety talk show. Good to have everybody here from all around the world. Keep those comments coming. I see a lot of comments already in the chat section. You can chat live, and you guys are probably happy. Some of you, I know Linda Odell in Florida, because we brought the hat back. Remember when I started this series 483 episodes ago, which I cannot believe, since May 2020, 483 episodes. That's incredible. 7 days a week, live. And this isn't even my day job, working in television and radio. Wow. So we figured we're going retro a little bit, and we'll bring this cool hat back, which I love. It's one of my favorite hats. And Don is a man of hats too. He's got a great hat collection, and he's got one on tonight too. While you're there, gang, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the channel you're watching right now. It's Jim Masters TV. Subscribe to the channel. Give it some love. Give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you also hit that notification bell. It's really important to hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our live episodes, our pop-up shows, our specially designed episodes, and our holiday-themed episodes, and all the other things we do as an entertainment variety talk show here, lifestyle show as well. Give this episode a thumbs up while you're watching. We would love that, gang. You guys are so good about doing that. Give it a thumbs up on the YouTube channel, and also leave a comment for us too. YouTube loves to see that. We love to see that. And that helps us big time, because then YouTube takes the episodes and beams it out to even further parts of the world. Hello to all the lovities that are watching all around the world. It's good to see you guys as well. Spread the word about the Jim Masters Show Live to everybody you know on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. Again, 483 episodes, 7 days a week live. That's longer than some Broadway shows and TV series. It's incredible. Let's check in with some of the lovities, and then we're going to bring Don in, who's all positioned. there in his home in LA. Alessandra is watching from North Carolina. Hello, Lovedies and Jim. Welcome to Lovedy Hall. Don, good to see you as well. Alessandra. Blissful Angel is watching. Thank you very much, Blissful Angel. We love when you are here as well. And she says, hi, Jim. Delighted to join you, my fellow Lovedies, today on the Jim Masters Show Live. Hi, Lovedies. Welcome, Don, to the Jim Masters Hall of Fame. Oh, I like that. How do we print that one out? Good to see you, Blissful Angel. And Sherry Larson in Kansas, USA says, happy Friday, everyone. Are we ready for the weekend? Wow. You know, we have 2 shows tomorrow and Saturday. Then I have another Jim Master show on Sunday with great guests. So it's a working weekend for us. And then the birthday is next Friday, a week from today already. I can't believe it. You guys have been counting down to my birthday. It's coming fast. It's going to be a fast week next week. Sherry Larson says hi to everybody as well, welcoming the other viewers. Joan Sando says, hi, Jim and Lovedies. And Don, welcoming to Lovedy Hall. Happy Friday and cheers to my friends and to your health. That's great. It's nice to do that. Juanita is watching in South Africa, as she always does, our wonderful, faithful Lovedy. In South Africa, she goes, hello, Jim and Lovedy Squad. Happy weekend. Good to see you, Juanita. Crystal Nolan watching in Connecticut, USA. She says, hi, Jim and Lovedies. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Looking forward to an exciting show with inspiring conversation and, of course, our famous Lovedy. You're spot on. Crystal in Connecticut. Sherry Larson says, good evening, Jim. Good evening to you as well there in Kansas. Jen Barry watching in Pennsylvania, USA says, hey, Jim and Don, you got it. Good to see you there in the mountains of wonderful Allentown, Pennsylvania. And everybody's saying hello here. We love this. We love this. We love this. Good stuff. Good stuff. Linda Odell, she's happy because I got the hat on. She loves when I wear the hat. Good evening, Mr. Lovedy, and good evening, Lovedies. Good to see you as well. In Florida, you are in St. Augustine. I love that. I love that. I love that. That is really fantastic. Really beautiful. I think that's just awesome that you're there in Florida, and everybody that's watching from all around the world. Look at all these great comments that are coming in here. Nice. Thanks for all the comments here. Yes, the hat is back. Yes, by popular demand. We figured we'd throw it in. Alessandra, North Carolina, said that she threw this up on her Facebook and Twitter, promoting this episode of the Jim Masters Show. That's cool. We love when you guys do that. Linda Odell says, looking handsome as ever, and you wore your hat. Thank you very much. Yes, yes, yes. And, Screen Cream Army, Chris watching in Northern Ireland. He's checking us out once again. Good to see you as well. We love it. We love it. We love it. And he says, hello, Jim and Lovedies. Hope you're all staying awesome. We sure are. Good to see everybody. And again, keep, commenting, keep spreading the word about the Jim Masters Show Live. We love that. Do you recognize those faces? It's the same face, just different time periods. Yes, I'm talking about our very special guest live from Los Angeles. He's that smile is still the same. That's what you call a $1 million smile. Yes. And he's got the personality and the wit and wisdom and voice to go with it. We're talking about our special guest, of course, Back to the Future star, actor Don Fullilove, and so much more right here on the Jim Masters Show Live, coming to you live and direct from Los Angeles, California. Of course, now you know him as Goldie Wilson, that beloved character in the incredible Back to the Future movies, but did you know that he does so much more? Oh, yeah. He's known and loved by millions for Back to the Future, the film franchise, of course, as Goldie Wilson and Mayor Goldie. And he also got married. Congratulations. It was actually streamed. It was actually a live worldwide epic event from Malibu, California. Join me in wishing him a very, very happy, life and wedded bliss and all the wonderful things that come with that. And in addition to that, he actually started it's kind of like a TV network in a way, which is really fantastic, very creative. The TV2 streaming service, which is a subscription-based over-the-top platform centrally focused on independent artists, serving as a hotbed for arts education through innovative virtual experiences to online learning, virtual and live events, teaching independent artists how to promote the brand, sell merchandise, monitor sales in real time, and so much more. He's going to talk about it in just a second. It's a new venture and very exciting for him. And we're very excited to be able to talk about it. But and here is actually a graphic too. There you go. That's really exciting. And congratulations in order here as well. And then, of course, voice of so many incredible characters, which we will talk about in just a minute. But first, why don't we take a moment to join hands, everybody, all around the world, and welcome our special guest from Los Angeles, California, the one and only Don Fullilove. Isn't that a great last name, Fullilove? Fullilove. I mean, I thought Masters was a cool name, but Fullilove, how do you top that? And here he is, full of love. How are you, my friend?
Thank you. Just fine. I love that introduction.
There's that $1 million smile I told you about, folks. That's it. It's good to see you, Don, and thanks for stopping by the Jim Masters Show live. It's really an honor and a pleasure. And again, you've played these beloved characters, but you are a beloved actor because you're so passionate and enthusiastic, and it's so obvious you love life, right? And you're living it to its fullest.
I think that's probably the best way to live it if you can, because it's a finite experience. So you want to get as much in as you possibly can.
How have you been? Speaking of the finite experience that it is, you've had an opportunity to work with some of the greats. I've been saying the only people that could have scripted what has gone on the last 18 months with COVID and everything would be like a Steven Spielberg or a George Lucas or Rod Serling, or maybe maybe King even too as well. Stephen King. Any of those guys could have probably scripted
it would be
this.
great to write about it.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah.
How have you been through it all?
Fortunately, been blessed. I've not been sick. No one around me has been sick. I mean, I know some people who've gotten sick, but we've been fortunate, and we just make sure we wash those hands, keep them out of your eyeballs. Just take care of your hygiene. Everything should be okay.
That's right. Positive thinking, right? You got to be inspired and positive thinking. And that's what we're all about all the time here on this show. I just want to let you know that some of the levity that's coming in since we're live. Juanita in South Africa says, welcome to the show, Don. It's now full of levity. Full of levity. So the two worlds have just merged live on the Jim Masters Show. It's full of levity. Absolutely.
That's what the room is, just full of levity right now.
That's what it is. Absolutely. And Linda Odell in Florida says, absolutely loved Back to the Future with you and Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Y'all made the movie great, she says, with that nice Southern accent. And Alessandra, North Carolina says, Don, loved watching you on Back to the Future. You did a great job. Love it.
I like the sound of that.
Isn't that good? And Screen Cream Army, Chris, who's in Northern Ireland, says, hello, Don. Hope you are keeping well, which is nice. Jen Barry in Pennsylvania says, hello, Don Fullilove. You're now a levity. You and I were talking about that. You can get Oscars, Emmys, Grammys, Tonys, Peabodys, Tellys, all these awards. But when you get a levity on the Jim Masters Show, Don Fullilove, what is that like? Is that like the pinnacle?
It's like I have actually seen a unicorn.
I wonder if you knew back when you were filming Back to the Future that in 2021 you will become a levity on the Jim Masters Show live.
Levity.
Yes, indeed. And she welcomes you. Linda welcomes you as well. Sherry Larson from Kansas welcomes you. All the levity love coming in. Crystal in Connecticut. Hi, Don. Welcome to Levity Hall, which is really cool. Thanks for all the great comments, everybody, and keep them coming because I know you're very excited tonight that Don is with us.
It must be really late in South Africa or really early.
South Africa, and we have Jane in Sweden, and even Chris in Ireland. Hello, Jim and Lovedies. Hope the world's staying awesome. It's late for him in Ireland. Absolutely. There's the dedicated lot, you know, it's the Lovedies are dedicated.
Absolutely.
So for you growing up as a kid, some of the early inspirations for you, Don, that pointed you in the direction of wanting to become an actor, a performer, an entertainer. What was it like for you as a kid? Were you, sort of a breakout kid? Were there others in the family that were in the industry as well? Or were you that one that was the breakout?
Well, I mean, I was the only child. So with that being the case, I had a vivid imagination.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what made me, imaginary friends and all that kind of fun stuff and stuff.
Yeah.
Me kind of extroverted, if you will. I was really fond of the Jackson 5.
I know.
I was in awe of Michael Jackson. And then,
you did his voice too.
My life changed significantly when, I got that job. But he was like, as a child, that was really what my inspiration, aspiring to be in show business was.
How did you get that opportunity to do his voice too? I mean, that was really incredible, Don.
Well, I mean, life is a series of interesting events. My mother was a contestant on a TV show, game show that used to be on called The Hollywood Squares.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We just had John Davidson on a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's funny.
Donnie Most from Happy Days is coming on next week.
Donnie Most. Nice. I was just somewhere with Donnie Most.
The Hollywood Museum.
Bam.
The Hollywood Museum with everybody there. I know. I got invited to that, but I had TV work here on the East Coast. I would love to have been. Looked like everybody had an awesome time, huh? The Pointer Sisters were there, and
it was great. It was fun, man. And then, they had Mel's Diner next door. He brought everybody over these, like, I guess there were special Hollywood Museum burgers, so. Yeah. But anyway, she was a contestant on this show, and I went to the studio with her and my grandmother. And, this was before the show started. It was, I had to do a lot of pre-show technical stuff. So, they took her off to the soundproof room.
Right.
And I was left in the audience with my grandmother. So as they were setting the lights and the sound and stuff like that, a guy comes from out of nowhere. I imagine I was probably being precocious. I don't know. I can't remember. Here I am, in a TV studio. There's really nobody in there except for the crew getting stuff together. And someone comes down and asks me if I would like to sit in one of the squares so they could test the microphone. So I'm like, I looked at my grandmother. She said, sure. So I went and I sat in Michael Landon's square.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And, the guys were just asking me a lot of questions and stuff. And when it was all over, some guy gave my grandmother a card to an agency. And my mother took me to the agency, and the rest is history.
Wow. So they saw something in you spot on early.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess.
Yeah. That's cool. So
either that or I was wickedly lucky.
Probably a little combo. In life, it's always a little combo. Where did that go from there? So then that you got that agency contact. What did that lead to? Was it commercials or what happened?
At the time, the agent was a commercial agent who did commercials and voiceovers, and it was called the Charles Stern Agency. And at that time, Charles Stern was one of the biggest voiceover agents in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Little did I know.
Right.
So they set up an audition for a cartoon show called the Jackson 5 Cartoon Show. And
I remember that.
And it just so happens that, I spent my entire childhood emulating Michael Jackson. So when I was called for your audition, it was a no-brainer. And they hired me on the spot, and we did 2 seasons of the cartoon show.
Isn't that incredible? Wow. What was that like? You must have been pinching yourself. All of a sudden, here you are, I
think my mother was more in awe.
She was pinching. Yeah.
Than I was, because I was a kid. So, I thought it was cool to hang out with Michael Jackson and, have Diana Ross pinch my cheek and all that kind of crap. But I remember being at a party at their house, and The Temptations were there.
Mm.
Marvin Gaye was there. Diana Ross was there.
Yeah.
Of course, the Jackson 5, Berry Gordy. It was just about everybody on Motown was at this party. So I got to imagine my mother was probably losing her mind.
Yeah. I don't doubt it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. So you have that opportunity, and then where did that take you next? I mean, these opportunities are rather big at a young age, and you're getting noticed, and the ball starts rolling from there. What happened after that, Don?
Well, I mean, I did a couple of more shows. I did a show called Kid Power. At the time,
Oh yeah.
At the time, there was a comic strip called We Pals that was, pretty big. So they decided to make a Saturday morning cartoon series. So I was two of the characters on there. I was a cool little dude named Diz and a big heavy-set square guy named Randy. That was done by the same company as the Jackson 5 show.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's cool, huh? So
there was a TV show on at that time called Emergency.
Yes, Randolph Mantooth.
Yeah, Kevin Tighe.
Yeah.
So they did an animated version of Emergency, and it was called Emergency Plus 4.
Yes.
And 4 were 4 kids, and I was one of the kids.
Yeah, that was the big thing, to take like the popular TV shows at night or the singing groups. And because I think even the Beatles had a cartoon too, didn't they? The Partridge Family,
yeah.
The Osmonds,
yeah,
with the lunch boxes and everything else that went with it.
Boy,
the banana splits.
If anybody out there has one of those original lunch boxes, it's worth a mint.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Do you have, I mean, it looks like you've got a nice little wall of collectibles behind you there.
I don't have one of those 60s or 70s metal lunch boxes.
I still have all the Matchbox cars and Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. Not that I every once in a while get on the floor and play with them at all.
But I'm sure they bring back memories.
But they bring back memories. Yeah, absolutely. So as you're going along, opportunities are starting to pop for you, which is really great. Did you start to study the industry? How did you start to really foster the skill set and this great talent that you developed, Don?
I didn't really think about training or anything of that nature until later on. I was just a kid, I just kept falling into, cool things. And then as I became a teenager, it was a little more difficult to fall into things because I'm not a little cute kid anymore. And I realized that it takes craft, it takes knowledge and skill to really act. So then I began taking courses from private trainers. And when I went to high school, I was in the drama department, and then on into college, I studied. But the thing is, having grown up in Los Angeles, and having been thrown into the business at such an early age, this city is a television. It's a television and movie city. I think it would have been a lot better had I grown up on the East Coast in, say, New York or somewhere along that Eastern Seaboard, where there wasn't so much television production. There's theater, there's stage, and the art of acting is learned in the theater. Which is why so many of our brilliant stars come from a theater background.
Yeah. Did you do theater along the way? Did you have an opportunity to dabble in theater?
I did some regional theater and stuff like that. But I was weaned on TV, so I kind of wanted to stick in that on camera realm for a while until I didn't anymore.
You know who we had on the show? I don't know if he was at the Hollywood Museum. It's maybe about 3 months ago, Rodney Allen Rippey.
Rodney Allen Rippey?
Yeah.
Definitely at the Hollywood show.
Yes. Did you ever do any work with him or have any sort of...
I did not.
His Jack in the Box commercials probably
I was a little older than Rodney when he did the Jack in the Box thing.
Yeah. his commercials probably ran during some of the shows you voiced.
Well, yeah, without a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah.
It's so Back to the Future, of course, the incredible franchise that it is. People would be surprised to learn, some of the behind the scenes stuff that, and he did a fantastic job, but the original selection wasn't Michael J. Fox. It was Eric Stoltz, right?
That is correct.
Yeah. And you had actually worked with Eric and shot with Eric and, laid down a lot of footage, and then got called back in. Tell us about how all that worked. Well,
I mean, you pretty much summed it up. I think I was on set the first time to shoot that scene for like 4 weeks. And I worked with Eric, and he's a brilliant actor, but I hate saying this, I honestly don't remember the stuff that we did.
Yeah.
Universal has the archival footage. Let me see it. Yeah, I mean that because after I worked with Michael J. Fox, I mean, he was so what Marty McFly was, he was Marty McFly. That right. It kind of erased anything prior to that. Yeah, so I worked 4 weeks on it, and then it was all wrapped and over with, and for me anyway. And around Christmas time of 1984, I got a call from Bob Gale's office, and they asked me if I would like to do it all over again. I was like, huh? And, well, we got Michael J. Fox now. So we went back, and 4 weeks turned into 4 days.
Yes.
The second time around, we zipped through that, which is funny because that's the magic you saw. The magic you saw was us zipping through, catching up, because production was so far behind schedule and so much stuff had been shot already. And we wound up with a hell of a film.
You sure did. And the character of Goldie, tell us about that when they said that this would be the role that you were going to play, which, I mean, you just knocked that out of the park, and just so positive and enthusiastic, and that's why a beloved character. What was it like playing that role?
Well, it's funny because the way that what happened was in 1980, I did a television movie of the week called Scared Straight, Another Story, which was a docudrama based on the Scared Straight series of taking kids to prison and scaring them.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I remember.
So the casting director for that particular project remembered me, and he set up a meeting for me to meet with Bob Gale, Bob Zemeckis, Steven Spielberg, and Neil Canton over at Amblin Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
So I went over to Amblin, and I was on the Universal lot, and Amblin was fairly new at this point. It was like maybe a couple of years old, and it was this huge complex that's on the Universal lot. So you got to go through the security gate to get on the Universal lot.
To get on the lot, yeah.
On the lot by itself. And then you get to this huge complex, and these huge gates that go like Jurassic Park, open up like that. And that's the Amblin complex. And I remember going in there, and I remember seeing a room full of video games and pinball machines. Remember, this was 1984.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I talked to them, and they just asked me questions and so on. And that was it. I mean, I had no idea I had the role. One of the funniest questions that they asked me, and it didn't really make any sense to me until the film was done. One of the first things they said, so can you sing? And I was like, that scared me. I was like in here with the biggest shots in show business. Asked me.
Speaking of Scared Straight, huh?
I didn't want to lie and then have to go into an operetta or something, So I said, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But I gathered from my personality that they figured that I would be Goldie Wilson. It was never an audition. I never knew what I was doing.
Wow. Oh, so they already saw Goldie and you already.
They just called me and told me that I'm doing the film and that I would get a script. And that's when I found out that who and what Goldie Wilson was.
What was it like working on the film? What were the days like? And, working with, the camaraderie you build, it becomes like a family on set to get the job done.
It was fun. I remember because it was a big budget film, I remember the craft services table had these giant jumbo shrimp, man.
Wow.
The huge shrimp I've ever seen in my life. And I was like,
Yeah, this is like, yeah. It's just like,
I remember
yeah,
handball with
getting
my
paid and getting shrimp.
yeah, you know. So no, it was fun. Everybody, it was like it's funny, man, because it was like the film. Like when you see the film, you see camaraderie or whatnot in the film. And that's how it was on the set. I didn't at least see any like wild, crazy ego trips or things like that. It was always cool.
Anything happen that was crazy, just as far as weather or sets breaking or things happening that sometimes happen when we're on sets or in studios?
I remember one time we were between shots, and it was one of those old school 1950s bikes.
Yeah.
And I was riding around on it, and I tried to pop a wheelie, and those bikes aren't designed to do wheelies.
No.
So the handlebars kind of folded in like this, boom, and I go down over the front, head over heels. I'm in wardrobe, mind you. Tear up the whole wardrobe. I looked at the wardrobe lady. I thought she was gonna die. She panicked. Fortunately, they had doubles, so it worked out.
It's always good. I know when you have that's golden, literally. So did you expect, and probably not, a lot of times when you do great things like that, those kinds of movies or any project, you never really know what the response is going to be and how people are going to respond to it. You got you're on your eggshells, the edge of the seat. You hope people love it. You hope people respond. They really, America, and if not the world, fell in love with that whole franchise of Back to the Future. Could you ever have dreamed to become such an iconic and beloved and revered movie? It's just amazing.
I think, okay, so this was after E.T. I think because of the fact, thank you. Somebody said I have a great personality. Thank you.
Yeah, you got good eyesight too. The font is small. That was John Sandow says, Dan, you have a wonderful personality. Glad you're a levity.
I am too.
And Chris wanted to know in Ireland if you ever thought about directing a movie.
I have not, actually. That's something to think about. That's a very unique skill.
Yes. Yeah. How about writing?
I've attempted to write some stuff. I've written a couple commercials and stuff, just project stuff,
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So you were saying on set what it was, as far as like the response that people gave to it. And could you imagine that? Yeah.
What I was going to say is everyone, I mean, we all knew that Steven Spielberg was involved. So
yeah,
if Steven Spielberg is involved, there's going to be some type of notoriety.
Yes.
Yeah, that's, you got the Midas touch.
Yeah.
So yeah, but as far as all this time later, no. As a matter of fact, until around 2009, I had never even thought about Back to the Future. It was over.
It was.
I had done it in 1985. We came back for number 2 in 1989. This was 2009. It had been 20 years. Back to the Future was not even a thought in my mind. Every now and then, hey, you were in Back to the Future? Yeah, I was in Back to the Future, blah, blah, blah. And then in 2009, a friend of mine reached out and he said, you're famous, right? Huh? Like Scooby-Doo.
Right.
And he says, yeah, that movie is like a cult hit.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So I began to do the Google, and that was when I found out how much Back to the Future had affected so many people around the world.
Yeah.
I've been blown away ever since.
Yeah. And then came, of course, 2, and everybody rooting for you to be mayor, which
Well,
was.
now there's a cute little story about number 2.
Tell us about that. Yeah.
So, we'll start off. If you look at the credits in Back to the Future 2, and it has the list of characters, you won't find my name. You won't see my name anywhere because it's uncredited. I mean, it's me, and on IMDb and everything else, I'm credited with doing it. But here's the deal. The film was completely done with what is called principal, like my hat's crooked. Oh, there we go. Was done with principal photography. The role that I did, I heard that was supposed to be a guy named Earl Schwartz. And here in California, this guy named Earl Schwartz had a string of a car.
Yes, the cheap way to get the cars painted. They had that East Coast too. Earl Schwartz.
1995, 1995, 29.95, 39.95. So he was supposed to do that role, and for whatever reason, he didn't. Why, I don't know to this day. Somebody told me, well, it was because he died. Then I did the Google. I know he lived for another 12 years after that or something, right?
Right.
So they called me. Somebody somewhere in the tower above said, you know what, let's give Goldie a grandson and make him a hover conversion dealer. And that's how that came to be. So we got there. It was, I mean, literally all done. Oh, and the reason I'm not in the credits, because they shot that part so far after everything was done, was that the credits had already been done. Everything, all production had been done. So in order to go back just to put my name would have been like quite a bit of, cash.
Yeah. So, right, to have to redo it all. And right, exactly. What a story that is, huh? Earl Schwartz, a name from the past. Oh my God. That's incredible.
So that's why Goldie Wilson III will hover convert your car for $39,999.95.
That is funny. And look who we have here.
That's the mayor. Back in the days when I had lovely, lovely hair. That guy looks older than I do now.
I tell you, it's amazing. But that guy still got that $1 million smile. I don't know how. Must have done a lot of Crest or Pepsodent commercials. But what was it like, when you heard that they wanted to do 2, Back to the Future 2? And
I heard Back to the Future 2 was in production. I was actually a little pissed off.
Were you?
Yeah, because I wasn't in it.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, how could that possibly be?
How could this be? Right.
I had a little attitude, and then all of a sudden they called me. I was like, okay.
Can't mess with. Now they want Goldie for president, right? Let's clean up this country.
The internet is a wide open place.
Lots of love for Goldie.
Yes.
Do you have people that sometimes, remembering the movies, and they pass you by in the street, that they say, instead of Don, hey, Goldie, hey, Mayor?
It does happen. And it's random. I remember one time my son was riding with me, and it was a cop. He was directing traffic, and we stopped. And he looks in the car and he goes, Mayor. And my son goes,
yeah. He's like, you're still dead to him, dead to him.
Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And have they had subsequent reunions since, functions and events where the group have come together? We
did the 25-year Blu-ray anniversary.
Yeah.
We did the 30-year anniversary at the London Film and Comic-Con. And we haven't done anything since together.
Yeah.
We do various cons throughout the world, obviously.
Yeah.
But the whole cast together was for those events.
Do you think they would try to resurrect the franchise again?
In all the conversations that I've had with Bob Gale, no way. It just won't happen.
Just like to leave well enough alone, pretty much,
You want to go see it? Go to London and see the musical, because there's going to be no more movies.
And the movies, right? Exactly. There is some congratulations in order, my friend, of course.
Aha!
Yes.
My lovely bride.
Best role you've ever had in your life.
I'm truly a leading man in this.
You are a leading man. And the $1 Million Smile won her over. So this was streamed live from Malibu, California?
Correct.
Yes. What was that like, putting together a stream and having it as an event? It must have been really cool. I mean,
it was cool and nerve-wracking. So
it's got to be. Yeah.
You know, you're putting together a wedding, but you're also putting together a production as well. So it was quite the logistical. Let's say she and I really pulled off a logistical miracle.
How did you guys meet?
Through a mutual friend. And, you know, just kind of like, yeah. And then one day, it's a funny thing. We kind of kept, you know, just passing each other at various events, you know, and things like that. And then one day, out of the clear blue sky, she called me and asked me if I wanted to go to a celebrity auction.
Ah, nice.
In Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
And I guess she figured I was probably the only one she knew who would want to go to a dang auction. It was Hugh Hefner's estate.
That's some auction.
That's a hell of an auction.
That's an auction.
Yeah.
That's an auction and a half.
Yeah. And we've been together ever since that night.
Wow. What's her first name?
To Love.
To Love. Love it. That's beautiful couple. And I wish you lots of joy in your life and blessing, you know, going forward.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, really blessed be for sure. The other thing too that people might not realize, you know, they know, of course, the movie, the franchise, they know Goldie, but you have propagated, and obviously from what you mentioned earlier, this spectacular voiceover career. And I've done some voiceover work over the years too, but you're really fully immersed in it. And you have run down, if you can, for us, some of the characters and some of the people that you have voiced over the years that our viewers might be familiar with. It's an incredible list of people and characters. You're blessed with that.
Well, I do a form of voiceover called ADR, and that means automated dialogue replacement. So if I'm not doing an animated film, I'm doing the voice of a celebrity.
Yes.
Who it would cost too much money to have them come back and fix their voices. Like I did a bunch of Chris Tucker stuff for Fifth Element. I've done a bunch of Wesley Snipes stuff. I did a lot of his stuff for all of the oh God, I can't think of the name, the vampire movie, Blade.
Oh yeah.
I was fortunate enough to be involved with Pixar, so I was able to do a number of their animated shows as a bunch of different various characters. Shucky Duck in Toy Story. Done some work in Shark Tales. I actually did some of Eddie Murphy's stuff for Shrek. Obviously American Dad. I mean, it's a ton of them. You know, I've been
American
blessed.
Dad was Reggie, right?
American Dad, I was
couple of different.
Reginald, the undercover koala bear, the gun-toting, badge-wearing, lovable koala bear.
And there he is.
That man right there. It was.
Yes. And also George.
Yes, Nurse George. That was another situation where we were doing all the extra voices for Up, and the director just liked my voice, and he says, "I want you to do this character," and I became Nurse George.
Wow. Now, you know, in comparison to being on set and acting, it's tough to really, have one versus the other because, you're an entertainer, you're a performer, you're an artist, you love all of it. And as the work comes your way, you have the ability to pick and choose the projects that speak to you and that you want to do. But you probably love the voiceover as much as the acting, maybe even more with those characters, right?
Well, I am a voiceover actor. So
That's right.
voice acting is acting, because what you're
Yes, it
doing,
is.
you're coloring the words for either narration or something that's not even real.
That's right.
So yeah, but I think what your question is, on camera versus VO. At one point, well, not at one point, at some point, I decided that my forte was VO. The majority of my employment was VO. So I decided to go that route, and it proved to be fruitful. Whereas I got a lot of friends, they're all on camera, they're doing good and stuff, but I just felt that my niche was going to be the microphone.
Any new projects that you're working on now, whether it's voice or anything coming up down the acting road that you foresee?
There's some things that I can't talk about right now. There are NDAs involved, but
Cool.
there's going to be some fun stuff coming up. And me and this little guy got something to be going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, me and that little guy. There he is. That's a little Goldie.
Bring him closer to the screen so we can see him close up.
Say hi, little Goldie. That's my little mini me. But yeah, he was.
You know who loves Goldie? There's somebody that I'm sure you've seen and heard of over the years, and he loves Goldie. Mr. George Burns is in the house.
I love George Burns. I love Gracie. Yeah, George was something else. I love that. I used to watch his show when I was a little kid.
Now you got that Goldie. Is Goldie there again?
It's Goldie right here.
Look at that. We are just two big kids in adult clothing. George and Goldie.
George Burns meets Goldie Wilson. That's epic. This is epic.
G&G Productions. Yeah.
This is levity at best.
This is levity at the best. That's it. And, then if we wanted to go further, we could always get Barbara Eden to come out of the genie bottle.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, since it's show and tell time.
He's playing hard here.
Here's Goldie's actual gold tooth from the film. Right there. A special prosthetic that was designed for me by the makeup artist Ken Chase's dentist.
Wow, that is cool. Wow.
Yeah, it's a Goldie tooth. This is why his name is Goldie.
Yeah, exactly. You know who really enjoyed that? Casper.
Yes, you got it.
Casper loved it.
Yes.
We got a few props. We got a few props on the set.
Well, since we're showing off, I've got the actual goldenrod edition of the Back to the Future script with Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis' address on it. Oops, can't see.
Oh, that's
These
cool.
are actual goldenrod pages from the original script. An entire first scene that was never shot. Entire first scene of Michael J. Fox being in a classroom watching nuclear explosions on a documentary with the teacher and being called to the principal's office. Never shot.
Wow. You know who's amazed by that? Gilligan. And this actually is something really cool.
Gilligan bobble. Now I like that. Was George a bobble?
No, George is actually
George is a doll.
George is a doll. My aunt collected dolls, and this came out when he was 100. So it was a limited collector's item, limited edition. He's on a pedestal and everything. He's fully dressed. He's got the cigar. And so, but this is special because, as we know, Bob Denver, of course, played Gilligan.
Right.
But Dreama Denver, his wife, has been a guest on our show twice, and she's become a dear friend. So she saw the set when we brought out some of these cool characters. And she said, Jim, you know, there's something you're missing from the set. And I said, boy, Dreama, what could that possibly be? She says, you're missing a Gilligan. I'm sending you a Gilligan bobblehead doll. And then she signed it, Aloha Jim Dreama Denver, which was really cool. So you got Gilligan in there too.
So now
your turn.
I gotta send you Goldie so Goldie and Gilligan can hang out.
Oh, yes. That would be fantastic. Yeah. My God, that would be, Goldie would be the star right here. Kermit the Frog is over there somewhere too, sent by one of the viewers and guests. That is really, really cool. They're saying congratulations too to the two of you on the marriage.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Marcia says, did you meet Jason Scott Lee on Back to the Future?
You know, the funny thing is, the only people I met on Back to the Future was Leah, Michael, Tom, well, Biff's whole crew, and that's it, because those were the only scenes that I was in the 1950 scenes. So no, I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't meet the majority of the cast. I never met until years later, when we did these reunions and started doing these Comic-Con tours.
And do you enjoy doing that? Do you enjoy those?
I do. I like meeting the people. I'm always humbled by how affected this trilogy is to their lives. They tell me, you know, stuff that as a child that inspired them and stuff like that, and how they're instilling it in their children and their grandchildren, and this thing keeps going and going. So I do enjoy meeting people. I really hate it that this COVID thing is here, because it's literally stopped virtually everything.
Yes, it has. I know it has. But hopefully, you know, we do the right thing. And, you know, I keep saying, I've said it multiple times on this show, Don, that I'm hoping with all these teachable moments in this great pause that we've had, as we've dealt with the pandemic and the economic and the civil unrest and the political craziness and everything that's hit us all at once, that somehow we come back out of this and rise from these ashes more empathetic, kinder, more loving, more unified. This is a pivotal and crucial and very gifted moment, teachable moment for all of us, that can be looked at as a gift to come out of it that way. I mean, I'm all on board. I'm, you know, leading the charge as best as I can with levity and everything else here. We need that, because the earth spins a lot smoother on its axis when it's balanced and unified, and we're all together, you know?
I agree 100%. There's nothing for me to add to that.
The mayor agrees. We've got approval from Mayor Goldie. Now, you have, if all of this that you've done and continue to do in your career, you could easily be, you know, having a banana colada with your feet in the sand in South Florida or something. You're still the go-getter. You created this streaming service with all this great programming and all this great material, which is really cool. TV2. Tell us about this. This is really exciting.
Well, a lot of it has to do with my wife. During the pandemic, during the beginning of the pandemic last year, we, like everybody else, we binged on shows. We just binge. And then she had an idea. It's like, well, dog, look, what if we had our own network and we could, you know, specialize in educational, because she used to be a teacher. She's an ex-teacher. Educational, independent projects, and, you know, put the type of programming out there that we would like to see. So we spoke with some web developers and so on, and some creative people, friends of ours. and we put it together. We're really building. It's in its beta phase right now. We're adding more content constantly. The wedding was our first live stream to see if we could do it, and we took a really big spike that day with people tuning in. So we know that we reach people. So that's what we're doing. I like that people have been calling it TVTU because that gives them the visual when it's time to type in. The actual name is TV2 because my wife's name is Fullilove, spelled T-U-L-U-V.
So that's where it comes from.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you see the little television at the top with the 2 in it, that's 2 squared because she and I are together in this. And the little Wi-Fi signal means that we're going to send it out to the internet, our own little project.
Ah, that's ingenious. I love that. Great idea. That's very cool. So this is something, how can people see this? Where is it available?
Just go onto your computer and type in tvtu.net. And you will come up on the site and you will see all of our current programming. And like I said, we're in the process of shooting a lot of new shows. Oops, I let the cat out the bag. You tricked me, Jim.
I'm very, very subtle. No fingerprints. It's the genie bottle that got you.
Yeah, exactly. Stop it. I was thinking about Barbara Eaton's belly button.
What they had to go through to see that.
So yeah, we're creating a lot of new content and getting a lot of new content. So the next 90 days are going to be very exciting. So if you want to see what's going on, tvtu.net and come on down.
I mean, of all these amazing things, and you have this wonderful life and family and, a lot of blessing. And I know that you're blessed, and none of it comes easy. A lot of hard work, a lot of, blood, sweat, and tears, a lot of forging forward. These are, crazy and demanding industries that we're in. What are some of those continued blessings and joys that inspire you, Don, to still want to stay connected, want to be out there creating, doing your thing with everybody?
Well, I mean, we live in a world where imaging and messaging is everything. It's not like 1921 or 1821 where news takes a million days to travel across the world. Everything in our lives now is pretty much instantaneous. And I want to be able to have the capability to promote things that are good, that are uplifting, that help, even if it's just a little bit, Right. If you can help one mind emerge, then basically your job is done. Of course, you want as many as you can possibly get, but so that's what keeps me energized. And like I said, when I go to these Comic-Cons and I see when they say things to me like, the stuff that you said to George McFly, it really hit home for me because, and things like this, things that I'd never thought about that these people bring to me and make me go, wow, okay, yeah. I get it. So yeah, just to keep doing that. I mean, there's the thing. I'm in entertainment right now for money. I work for money because we have to survive. But as far as the network is concerned, it's to bring something to the world that is good.
Yeah, and the world really needs that right now, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, no, that was a beautiful answer. I want to check in just with some of the lovities. Chris in Northern Ireland says, Don is such a great person. A pleasure to meet you, good sir. And Jen's already ordering you back. She's placing her order in already. Order up with Goldie. What are we at the diner? You're placing your orders? Jim, can we bring Don back? Love him. Absolutely. We'll always keep the door open. And she always likes to ask the guests, for me, it's the ocean because, here on the East Coast, growing up out east on Long Island, in New York on Long Island and being along the coasts here in Southern New England, the ocean is sort of my go-to place. Swimming, surfing, boogie boarding, you got to drag me out of it. She's in the mountains of Allentown, Pennsylvania. So she always asks the guests, what is like your Zen place for you where you can sort of breathe and calm down and de-amp and think and create?
It's the ocean. I have a boat that I go to and just sit there and let the waves kind of just, rock me and let your let your brain, let your stress go and let your brain work.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
yes, the ocean.
That's it. What would you say to somebody that wants to go into this industry and they're seeing Don here on the Jim Masters show and they love his work and they're like, oh, I'd like to see if I can do that too. Have you, I'm sure there's a few along the way that you've probably, inspired and maybe even mentored as they're trying to come up the ranks as well.
It's like this. Show business is a very, very odd business.
Yeah.
It's a business that's full of nepotism. It's a business that's is very, very hard for a creative person because it's just not your creativity. It's all the other crap that goes along with it in order to make it in this business. And I say that to say this.
Yeah.
If you have the passion and if you feel this is what you're going to do, be ready to fight, and struggle to get what you want because it is worth it. But it's not easy.
Yeah. Right. Right. Have there ever been times where you've said, I'm good, I'm done, I'll step into something else? Have you ever had those moments through the years?
Every actor I know has had those moments. I'll give you a quick little anecdote in regard to Back to the Future. Back to the Future opened, I think it was July 3rd, 1985. I went to the premiere. I was there. This was the program. That was the program for the premiere right there. With everybody's name in it and all that stuff. You can see it's dog-eared and torn because it's 36 years old. But at the time, I was living in my car. I was an actor in the biggest film of that year, but I was living in my car in the bottom parking lot at the Holiday Inn off of the 405 freeway. So I say that to say this again. You gotta have the passion for this business because it'll make you or it will break you. Message.
That's it. Write that down, folks, because it's very, very true in many different aspects. So you got some exciting things coming up. You can't really say, but there's really cool things coming up. In addition to the network, are there some projects that people can see now where your voice is being used, things that they can check out now?
I mean, so many things are in, just in syndication or on television. There's nothing really new, like I said, other than okay. So I'm gonna tell you a little bit. We're producing shows for the network, and the shows that we're producing are going to be people are going to instantly like them. Yeah. But I can't really say anything about it until, that we get the promos done and stuff like that. So that's kind of really what's going on. It's kind of what's got me excited, and it involves it involves things that I can't really talk about, but there's certain people that may be in it that we don't know, but sometimes there are characters in shows that stay down.
I know. I mean, sometimes they just pop into the screen on their own. Has another G. Has Goldie met Gilligan? Hey.
Where you at? Hey, little buddy.
Hey, how are you? I'm a big believer. You got to have fun. You got to laugh, right? You got to laugh.
If you don't laugh, you'll cry. But laughter is the big healer. And, you try to put a smile on everything.
That's right. Absolutely. We've certainly been doing that with our viewers here on the Jim Masters Show Live. Juanita in South Africa says, great conversation. And thank you, Don, for spending time with us and sharing your stories. Good luck with the new network. And Maureen watching in Arizona, she's here and she welcomes you as well. Mona watches us all the time. She's in Louisiana, but the power and the internet, everything down.
Oh, yeah.
They've had such a rough time in Louisiana. God bless them all,
You stay safe down there. Yes, indeed.
That's been a tough bullseye spot. Jen Barry says, I love you guys. Fantastic. We love you back. Austin Fields says, another wonderful show. Awesome. Love it. With the work that you do, does it require a lot of travel or no? I know the voiceover work you do right in the house, but some of the other stuff, like when you go to the cons and things like that, you got to travel. But is there a lot of travel in your life, or you don't have to do that as much anymore?
Well, yeah, I just recently shot a commercial for Porsche, and they made me travel.
Were you in the vehicle? Did you have to drive?
Yeah.
He says that with such anguish.
No, it's the EV. It's called a Taycan.
The electric vehicle.
And my goodness, that thing is fast. Wicked crazy fast. But oh yeah, that's something that's coming up. I just blew another NDA out of the water.
Yeah, we'll look for that. We'll keep an eye out. Yeah. The electric vehicles are rolling along, and Blissful Angel is here, and she says, thank you, Don. You've been great. Looking forward to checking out your TV and programs. Love to your wife and children. Best of luck with the rest of your career.
Well, thank you, Blissful Angel.
Isn't that a great name?
Yeah.
Really cool stuff. Lots of levity on our show, as much as we have good conversations as well. Linda says, thank you, Don, for sharing your life experiences with all of us. Please do come back. Of course, television too. You've dabbled in lots of television over the years. Remind our viewers about some of the cool television series that you've had an opportunity to be a part of too.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. There's 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Major Dad.
Hill Street Blues.
Hill Street Blues. Mancuso, FBI. Gosh, I can't remember. Most of my TV stuff was in the 80s and 90s.
Now, some people prefer film, being on a movie set versus television. Did you have a preference, or, work is work, bring it on?
I did more television than I did film.
Yeah. So, right. Yeah.
So it is TV. I mean, I grew up in TV, so yeah, it was TV.
Was there ever a show that you grew up with that you wish you were on? Oh, I wish I was on that show.
Yeah. Well, when I first started, there was a show called MASH, and like as a young actor, you made your mark if you got a guest starring role on MASH. I never got on MASH. Yeah, but I got to work with oh God, I can't think of his name right now.
Alan Alda?
Yeah, I got to work with Alan Alda's brother on a TV show. So I worked with Alan Alda's brother on a TV show, and I worked with Crispin Glover's father on a film.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bruce Glover.
Cool stuff. Coming up, were there any people, actors, performers that you looked up to when you were coming up the ranks, that you admired, that you really aspired to?
I mean, like I said earlier, as far as, the music industry, I was like a big fan of the Jacksons and stuff like that. As far as acting was concerned, I liked the old school actors, which was like, I paid attention to Sidney Poitier. Harry Belafonte. I even paid attention to Jim Brown in tough guy roles. He was really the best actor in the world, but he portrayed those tough guy roles really good. So just kind of like a smorgasbord of a lot of folks.
Good stuff. Good stuff. A couple more comments coming in here. Crystal Nolan, watching in Connecticut, says, thank you, Don, for an inspiring conversation. I wish you continued success. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your work.
Next time I come, love Hill Street Blues and all the sitcoms and drama.
You can see that from that far away from the screen. You've got X-ray eyes.
Okay.
What are you like 3
It's-
feet from the screen? The font's small, isn't it? Oh yeah, Linda goes to Sir with Love. Yes, Sydney Poirier.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. And if I do come back on the show, I want to bring Marvin Berry with me.
Ah, that would be fantastic.
Harry Waters. That's why they asked me if I could sing when they met with me, because they were considering me for the role of Marvin Berry.
Now, has that ever been something that you've wanted to develop and do? You know, sing more and
I
put out a
used to.
CD? You did,
I
yeah.
used to. Yeah, I used to. I don't anymore. I'm easy now. I leave it to the youngsters. I record them and let them chase their dreams.
Exactly right. That's beautifully said. Although Linda says that would be wonderful if you did. She'd be first in line to buy the CD. Blissful Angel says, "Thank you, Jim. You're my favorite way." She's over in Europe, I believe England, Great Britain. Favorite way to relax with television, especially at the weekend. Please have a good rest. You deserve it. Thank you very much, Blissful Angel.
Hey.
And Don, Jen Berry says, "Don, my man Ken says hi."
What's happening, Ken?
That's it. That's it. This is cool. This was really, really cool, Don. You're a great guy.
Thank you.
Affable and great conversationalist. And I love conversations like what we just had, where there was fun, there was freestyle, no pre-scripted questions. You just, we go back in time. We talk about your career. We talk about what you're doing now, the things you're passionate about. We bring in these funny characters. The viewers are watching live and interacting and having a good time. And it's like one big party here on the show. And I think those are some of the best times,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I probably would.
I just can't believe you can see it from that far away. You have amazing X-ray eyes.
I probably would. I mean, that's something that I'm interested in. I think my life story is pretty interesting. I think it's pretty compelling. Coming from just the perspective of a regular guy who kind of fell backwards into a lot of interesting things. Person who kind of touched history by accident.
Touched by an angel in a way. Yeah. What would you say today to the Don of then?
Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Yep. Yep. And that's certainly what you've done, my friend. Absolutely. This has been a blast, and we really appreciate all the time. Give us the address for the streaming service so people can check that out, because I know they're going to want to.
TVTU.net. That's TVTU.net.
Said just like a network announcer. The Love Boat on ABC.
In now.
Yeah, Ernie Anderson, that great voice. Definitely a great conversation tonight. Thank you, Don, for a very interesting and entertaining evening. Love that. And good stuff. Come back soon, Don. Christine says, "I'm getting here late to the party, but have been listening. I'm a fan of your work, Don. Fabulous career, unbelievable opportunities. I'll watch the first part of this show again in the archives. Glad you are a lovety." Cool stuff.
Glad you are at the party.
You are at the party. Yeah. Linda says, "You are now lovety Don. Now you wear the lovety crown." Alessandra says, "Love the stories." Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Don, really, I hope the show met whatever expectations you had, and you enjoyed the time with me as much as I certainly have with you, my friend.
Absolutely. You and all of your watchers, this has been fun. I mean, this is Friday night. I had a good time on Friday night. Some of you Saturday morning, but for me, it's Friday night, and this was wonderful.
Well, high five. Best of luck to you.
Bam.
And let's stay in touch. I'd love to stay in touch. And if, you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, I'd love to break bread. That'd be really cool.
Okay. And tell your viewers too. You can check out www.mayorgoldiebttf.com. That's mayorgoldiebttf.com. And there's some cool stuff on there as well. And it's going to be updated. It's going to be showing where my appearances are going to be, and all kinds of cool little Goldie Wilson stuff.
I love that. I love that. Stay safe, Don, from Chris in Northern Ireland. And good stuff. Thanks, gang, for all the great levity. Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's a cool handle. I love that. This was awesome. And definitely George, Jeannie, Gilligan, the whole gang, and all the lovely viewers, they say thanks for being with us. You were a real blast. And Jen says, love you, Don. Come back. Absolutely. This was cool, my friend. Thanks for all of the time and going back in time a little bit with us here on the show. Really appreciate it. And
going back in time, I see what you did there.
See, I just come in quietly, very smooth. You know how it is. All right, Mr. $1 Million Smile.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
You're the best. Good luck and blessings. And again, we'll keep that porch light on for you, Don. You're welcome back anytime. And I'd love it if you tell folks about our show and spread the word. And we'll continue to spread the word about the streaming service and all the cool things you're doing.
Absolutely.
All right. You take care. Thanks for being with us.
You too, my friend.
Bye-bye now. Don Fullilove right here on the Jim Masters Show live from Los Angeles, California. You got a chance to see little Goldie there too and go back in time a little bit. Did you guys enjoy it? Absolutely enjoyed it. Look at all these comments that are still coming in. Thanks, gang. You are absolutely the best. We really appreciate all of Don's time. He really is a class act, isn't he? And as you can tell, he likes to have fun. He likes to roll with it. And that's the best. You get so rich of a conversation when you just let it roll and you have a good time, nothing too nutty or crazy. And you got a chance to see some of your favorite characters again too, gang. So it was a bonus because, a lot of people know him from the Back to the Future franchise, but much, much more than that. And look at that picture there. There's little Goldie. There's a shot with him and little Goldie. Isn't that a cool shot? Yes. Boy, a little Goldie on our set would be fantastic to join George Burns and Gilligan and Jeannie and the rest of the gang. Could you imagine? That would be cool. And again, there is the streaming service. Be sure and check that out. That is really, really cool. It was really awesome seeing the mayor this evening as well, Mayor Goldie Wilson. And again, keep abreast of all the cool things that he's doing and good stuff. More comments coming in. Jane in Sweden says, good luck, Don. Absolutely. Jen Barry says, thanks, Jim. And Don, too. Our pleasure. I do want to let you know that coming up next week, Donnie Most, who played Ralph Malph from Happy Days, is going to be with us. And also the incomparable, legendary singer, Freda Payne is going to be with us, too. Yes, Freda Payne is going to be with us next week as well. And we are very honored to have her here on the show. The Pointer Sisters were on our show too. I don't know if you saw the Pointer Sisters. Yes, they were here. Marion Ross was with us from Happy Days. Stanley Livingston was on the show from, My Three Sons. And Kathy Garver was here from Family Affair, actually several times. She came on our 1-year anniversary show. You may remember this is actually the day that that movie that everybody's touting, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, the story of Tammy Faye Baker, Jim Baker, PTL. We had on the show a few days ago, actually, Reverend Steve Peters. That is the Reverend that was interviewed by Tammy Faye Baker back in 1985, actually, when Back to the Future came out, is when Tammy Faye Baker was interviewing Reverend Steve Peters on the show, which was groundbreaking. Because he was suffering with HIV/AIDS. And, that was not something that you saw on television back in the 80s, especially on, Christian television. And she was one of the first to address that. And He just, did you see how Jessica Chastain, who played Tammy Faye Baker to a T, they're talking possible Oscar, mentioned Steve several times on the Stephen Colbert show the other night. Steve was a guest on our show, and we went back in time to 1985 talking about when he was on Tammy Faye's House Party show on the PTL network, and all the other amazing things that he's been doing. So if you didn't see that episode, amazing. We also had last night Roger Howard, for over 30 years, a noted TV news photojournalist and author, photojournalist for television in Los Angeles for over 30 years. And he told us some really incredible stories about hanging out of the helicopters and so much more, whether it was covering the stories for the television stations in LA. Amazing, amazing stories. You can go back in the archives on our series and see some 483 episodes of our series. And again, all walks of life, all backgrounds, Broadway, Hollywood, television, film, music, science, nature, sports, comedy, health, wellness, life in general, and sometimes conversations that we have as well. Wonderful actress, actually one of the last of the Hollywood legends from the golden era of cinema. Jane Powell passed away today, and I knew her. I had an opportunity to meet her actually several times at dinner parties and gatherings here on the East Coast, and she was a beautiful person. And on my Facebook, I'm on Facebook at Jim Masters TV, Instagram and Twitter at Jim Masters TV. We posted a little tribute and some photos with Jane Powell. She was just one of those class acts and a real legend. Juanita in South Africa, where it is late, says, great show. Thanks, Jim. Good night, everyone. Have a great weekend. Want to let you know that we've got an amazing weekend of shows. Tomorrow night, the International Celtic Choir is going to be with us from Buenos Aires, Argentina, live. Shelley Lubin, the incredible singer and songwriter, is going to be with us tomorrow afternoon. So believe it or not, we're working on the weekend. We are doing 2 shows tomorrow. And then we have another guest on Sunday. It's really amazing. You're going to love it. And we also have on Tuesday a very inspirational story. Former soap star, soap actress. She was on One Life to Live and Another World. She played Maggie Corey. Lots of television, lots of film. Robin Griggs Wiley. She's going to be coming on, we'll be talking about her career, of course, remembering and celebrating her career, but she's actually dealing with stage 4 cancer. And she wants to tell her story about the struggle and how she's dealing with it and all of the love and inspiration that she's getting from fans and colleagues and from her family as well. It's quite an interesting story. And again, a lot of you know her from the soap operas and so much more. She's going to be on with an extraordinary story next week. A lot of great guests. You can see them all on our YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We got lots of smiles coming in from here. Jane in Sweden. And is that smiles or is that, oh, that's tears for Jane Powell. That's nice. That's very beautiful. We love it. We love it. We love it. Good stuff. Good night, Lovities from Crystal and Alessandra. Thank you very much for your comments throughout the night as well. And Maureen says, who starts a week-long vacation starting now? That's right. This girl. Now I won't miss a show next week. I've been going through Lovity withdrawals. Yeah, you guys really binge watch our series too. I love that you go back and you binge watch all the episodes. That is really, really, really cool. Let's see a couple more here and then we'll wrap things up. We love it. You remember Don most in an episode of Diagnosis Murder with Dick Van Dyke. That's right. He's doing a lot of singing now, too. He's going to be with us next week. Night, everyone. Jim and Don from Jane in Sweden. You're a hoot, Don from Alessandra in North Carolina. Absolutely. I concur. He definitely is. Thanks for all these great comments. You guys are truly the best. And it's funny how you all talk to each other as well. Christine Clifton in North Carolina says, Jim, I look forward to watching what I missed in the archives. Love, Don. Another entertaining evening in Lovity Hall. Good night, Jim and Lovities. Countdown to Jim's birthday, 1 week. I know, next Friday. I can't believe it. Remember who we had on the show last year? We had the Voices of Classic Soul. Those guys, we had so much fun. They were with the Four Tops, the Temptations. I mean, all the great groups. And then they formed the Voices of Classic Soul. They sang live. Great guys. Joel Coleman and the whole gang were with us last year. Who knows who'll be with us this year? We will see. Gang, you're the best. Thanks for all these great comments. We love it all. Keep the comments coming. Spread the word about our series. We appreciate and love all of you. We'll be back tomorrow. Special show at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, with our very special guest, singer and songwriter, Shellen Lubin. And then tomorrow night, the International Celtic Choir from Buenos Aires, Argentina. We have viewers in South America that watch from Brazil and all over as well. And we love when they are tuned in as well. A couple more comments. The birthday coming. Yes, the Voices of Classic Soul. That was really, really fun. That was really, really fun. A lot of humor too. All right, gang, you're the best. This is your host, Jim Masters, thanking you for your time this time. Till next time, we will be back tomorrow. We hope you guys are here too. Till then, a couple of things that we do say before we go. Don't forget to smile. Don't forget to share that levity that's just sort of developed here on this show. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Jim Masters TV, and share the channel. And also click the notification bell so you never miss any of our episodes. 483 and counting. Whew, can't believe it. And of course, don't forget to find your Zen place. Mine is with loving family and friends. And then, of course, my work in television, radio, and stage and film over the years. That's Zen for me as well. And as we talked about, the ocean is Zen. That's the South Shore of Long Island, New York. You're looking at the Atlantic Ocean there. So find your Zen place and share that energy with the world. Can't wait for the birthday show. Double Levity tomorrow. Thanks for all that you do, Jim. My pleasure. Alessandra and Blissful Angel there in England. Yes, Jane Powell. That's beautiful that you said that as well. And Mountain Zen Jen says good night from Allentown, Pennsylvania. You guys are the best. We love you all. Thanks for being with us here on the show. Glad you had a good time. And again, we thank one more time our very special guest, Don Fullilove, who is full of love. In Los Angeles, California. Maybe you had an opportunity now to learn a little bit more about somebody that you admired over the years through all of his incredible artistry. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night and on Sunday right here on the Jim Masters Show Live. See you soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.